So again, this is the after hours research session here to DayTraderRockStar on a Tuesday evening. We got some after hour movers, and what's interesting about these moves, there's one that I want to bring up is INPX. This is a stock that I've followed for years, and definitely during the coronavirus days. I found this in the pennies, and traded it, and it actually held on to some of it at $1 level, and it's up tonight to $2 and change. So it's really started to move. You can see after hours. I didn't see really any news on this. It looks like a low float, ambush here where the sharks grab it after hours, and you can see back here on the chart here. It was once a stock that was the reverse split back here in October, and it was a big reverse split, 1 for 75. So that's makes this float pretty small, and hold on, now he's calling me. All right, so we're getting back to the INPX here. This is an after-hours show, but I'm also recording it, so I'm sorry if I am back and forth here. Again, that's the sumo. Dak was saying we were talking about the options in sumo today. Dumo. All right, so I have a list of stocks that are moving after hours. The first one we wanted to talk about was the INPX. And again, first pop. I have an order in to sell at $3 pre-market, believe it or not. $3. I don't know if I should even tell people that, because it's kind of people front running me and stuff. But hey, I'm just letting you know. I got an order to sell at $3. I think this thing pops above $2.50 tomorrow, maybe $2.75, maybe $3. I'm taking a shot at it to get the $3 on my, and then we'll see what happens from there. We'll see how it closes. After hours action right now. And again, there's not any news here. This is what I call they just hijack this. They can't halt it after hours. There's nothing. They're just moving this thing up, and stealth. Caught everyone by surprise after hours. Again, I don't see in the news on there. Maybe there is some out there, and I just haven't looked deep enough yet. So I think this is just a play. It's going to be kind of a catch you. If you got to be in front of the markets to make money. Keep on telling you, you got to go where the money is. You got to put the time in. You got to be in at 7 o'clock. You got to sometimes be here at 7 o'clock at night. This is when you get the opportunities here. Here we go. Starting to move now. All right, so let's go through the other ones. I like to keep these videos kind of small. Our short-term poppers, the best bets from yesterday, kind of moved out pretty good. WISA. Let's take a look at the WISA. Now, we'll take a look at the 5-minute chart on all these, because these things were moving all pre-market. And you can see right out of the gate, we actually ran up here about 30-40%. It was a 40% move from the open, basically. Pulled back to the 20 and kind of just drifted here. But it did get that little move. And then we had that HLBZ was on the list here, and again, that also had that nice little move, which it did sell off after hours here. It is kind of pulling back here, but these are getting these moves. Just wanted to see these things pop. And the object here, the rule number 1, be in front of the computer when these happen. Rule number 2, take profits. These are not meant to be. 90% of them will pop, and then they will fade. So you have to be in before the pop. You have to be there to get out of the pop. And then you have to have the discipline not to get back in thinking it's oversold. There's only a few cases that we are able to identify those. Stocks that are taking out the highs in the first hour, or stocks that are holding the 20-period moving average is very important. So, we're able to identify the ones that pretty much are going to move. But even if they do move, by the end of the day, 90% of them are giving half of that back. So don't be a hero. Don't think you're going to get a stock to go from 30 cents to $10. You get a 30 cents to 70 cent stock, you should be long gone. Now, let's go. Mott's here was one that I'm banging the table on. This is my find here. I'll take all responsibility if it does break down here. It is a flatline popper and it hasn't popped yet, and that's what we're looking for. These are called the seeder stocks. You find something that hasn't grown yet, and you plant the seeds. That way you're in it, and when it does get, the sharks do find it, then we could actually get the pop and we just take it off as it's running, and we don't have to worry about chasing. So this one continues. It's actually started to move up a little bit more today. If we look at the overall chart, I mean, it's been moving up. It's moving up from at this point right here on the 29th January all the way the whole month of January. It's slowly been grinding up 75 cents to $1.05. I mean, that's a big move if you think about it. Hey, Michael, big shout out to Michael out there. Let's see here. Mots. So let's see what's the next thing I had on my list here. I wrote some notes down. These are some stocks that were moving earlier today, so I wanted to just write them down and kind of put them on the radar for tomorrow. I don't know how they've reacted. CDAK, Kodiak Biosciences. Let's put that circle in here because at the end of the day, it had a little pop and then consolidated on the 20. If we take a look at the daily here, again, criteria here is we kind of ledged out here, and we got this
order
pop
submitted.
Right at the end of the
Order
day.
filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
That's a tradeometer.
Order submitted.
That's a tradeometer alert right there. Tradeometer alert going off for a divergence. I would show it to you, but I'm doing a video right now and I can't pull the video over there. But you get that with your membership, by the way. If you're not a member here at Day Trading Radio, you get the tradeometer. We'll identify all the trades for you on the futures. Well, the CDAK, something to watch. And again, these are just to put on your watch list for tomorrow. There's no guarantees what to see volume. Sometimes we like to see these things without no volume start to move. So this one is starting to move. We have it. We circled it. Here's one that I can't. I can't spell my own. I can't read my own writing here. This is great. INZY, I think. Maybe, yeah, this must have been it. All right, this was a ledge. So what we call a ledge. And a ledge is a stock that comes off of a turbo level, a dollar level, and kind of moves up here and doubles up and kind of hangs up here. It doesn't really give this back. Typically, we talk about the pop and then the drift. The pop and the drift. If something does not drift, the odds are now switched to the upside pop. If it doesn't drift right away, especially in this amount of time, you're letting that 20-period moving average get under the price again. It's going to pressure this out to the upside. The stochastics look good. INZY, I don't know if there's any news pending that it's waiting for. I will check for that. INZY. It is a pharmaceutical stock. Hold on, let me check it right now. Let me pause this. All right, we're back here. I did look at the I was doing the video and I didn't unpause it when I got the information, so I have to go through it again pretty fast. So we're just looking at the upcoming catalyst. And the upcoming catalyst on the INZY, again, February 16th, they were going to announce top-line data for their drug. And then they have another drug. It looks like the same drug, but different, I don't know what that, deficiency, orphan drug designation. They got that, I guess. And then, all right, well, I mean, this is what we're waiting. This is the catalyst on that, so that's what I wanted to see. That ledge looks good. I think it's worth being in this, just to hold a little position into this consolidation. It's usually works out good. BCYC. We'll call this Bicycle Therapeutics. Now, why do I have that one down? That's a big boy. BCYC. BCXC. No. I did have Bicycle down. I feel like the Queen song. Might have been a divergence. That might have showed up, but we're going to pass on that. Jasper, we talked about. Oh, these are the ones that had some FDA stuff coming up. So the Jasper does have some FDA stuff coming up, and it kind of broke to the downside of this pennant. It was holding up okay, but again, we still have actually some pretty decent news coming out on this down the road. So I wouldn't be surprised if the reverse is back up. Remember, pennant formations are not what they seem. Lots of times they'll break just to turn back up and break back out. Lots of times I'll also say that the pennant is just a part of a channel. So if you take one side of the pennant and you put in a trend line to the bottom side, you have this kind of a channel. Either way, that's not a good sign to bring it down to that level. But again, this one's all about the catalyst. All right, this is all about the catalyst on this. And if this comes back and regains that $2 level, I think you gotta figure it's going higher. So we keep an eye on that one. CXTO. I'm very sloppy in my writing because I can't tell if that's a Y. CXTO. What time is it? We have 10 minutes to go. That's not showing up there, so it must be a different one. CYTO. I think that's it. All right, so look at this. This one had some bad news. That's why we were looking at it. It had some bad news that we, and that's it. I'm not looking at this one. And the INPX, of course, that one's acting the best right now. So I just wanted to touch base. There we go. The INPX is on the move. 212, looking great. If you're just joining us, this looks really good. I think we get $3. That's all I want. I'm such a underachiever. I just want a 50% move. Market's at the lows right now. At the lows. Again, the importance of being here or being in front of the computer, that makes a difference in making a lot of money sometimes. You just need a break. That break could happen any day, in the morning or in the evening. Now, I'm not here in the evening most of the time. I'm home with the kids and stuff. But we have to work as a team, We should put a text, some type of group text that we can only use on stock alerts. None of this, sending pictures or, goofing around. It just has to be like a stock. If someone's in front of the computer, someone that needs to let me know, and I need to let everyone. I have everyone else's text messages. It's hard to be in front of the computer, for these moves. The volume on the INPX is also a big volume, 3,000% volume on the day, 3,000% volume, which is always a good sign going into the next day because you get that follow through. Shopify has come down, and we might see the tech stocks get hit a little on Microsoft's. Let's take a look at the Microsoft after hours chart here for a second. Yeah, you could see a nice gap up. It held up, and then whatever they were saying here, or maybe the conference call ended or something, but something came out, and it just caused Microsoft to give it right back and actually go a little bit lower. A lot of stocks that moved with Microsoft. Let's see how they reacted. They all came back down too. So Snowflake had a beautiful pop, and that gave it all back. Everything. What a fake! I mean, this market is like criminal. Shopify. I almost thought, damn, I didn't get my opportunity back on Shopify. Well, we have that opportunity coming tomorrow, I think. There we go, and it is 8 o'clock, and we closed out. Look at the big volume spike at the end of the... Someone wanted to get in right at the end here. 210. Wow, that was a big spike in volume. I don't know if I could grab that. What's that? All right, I'm just going to go over a couple more important ones. The Zyme still looks good. Z-Y-M-E. Zyme. And that had a nice, it kind of gapped up. It was looking pretty good. It kind of drifted with the market. It's bottomed out. We closed that gap perfectly and reversed off of that gap. I mean, that was just kind of a textbook technical bounce and a very healthy bounce that we came down and closed that gap, and now it feels like it wants to go higher. The daily here, of course, you know, they came out with that data on their drug, and it's held up pretty good. We're waiting for that 20. It could chop around here for a bit, could drift a little bit further, but I think overall they're looking at upside here, and we'll see if, it's what the next catalyst is going to be. Maybe we can break it a little bit higher. So I'll be watching for that break. Duluth, D-L-T-H. Don't forget about this one's about to pop, and I think this one could get a big pop on this. Levi Strauss is coming out with earnings, I believe, tomorrow. Boeing's going to be tomorrow morning. Boeing had a nice lift off at the end of the day, and Boeing's looking like it could pop, and that could actually counteract as a big Dow component on Boeing. So we have a good report out of Boeing. We could actually see the Dow up nice. Microsoft, of course, is going to pressure some tech stocks. But the Duluth looks good. A target is the close of that gap, 763. It's at 620.28. So again, a good risk reward. Almost forgot to tell you my new position today. ABBV, ABV here. Nice pullback all of January. It's been pulling back all January. There's nothing much on the chart here other than buying into the weakness and taking a shot here on some options. So hopefully, this little consolidation band here, which we broke out of and came back and tested. Hopefully we're going to keep this test. I have until February. I'm looking for I have the February 150s. So ABV, sometimes I don't like these as much, but I'm just taking it on the risk, on the oversold levels here. I don't know much, if there's any catalyst coming up. I should look that up right now with you. I have the other site up here, so let's just take a look at the ABV here fast. What happened to Johnny? What happened? Come on. ABV. All right, so we have Parkinson's disease, new drug application submitted at May 20th, 2022. FDA approval decision due in 2023. That could be at any time. And again, BLA accepted. FDA November 21st, due date May 21st, 2023. If we have, of course, it's AbbVie. They have a lot of drugs in their pipeline too. Lots of drugs in the pipeline. This one got approved. Wow, a lot of them approved too. Approval announced. Botox. I didn't know they did Botox. Anyway, I am in the AbbVie down here. I'm looking at 150. Here's a little bonus for you. I have a scanner that I'm working on. It's called my new project. And I have a little different criteria for the scan, and I want to bring it up. I got seven tags today, so let's take a look at those. And I know why we got this one, because it's bad candles. If it shows up with a bad candle, it's going to trigger my thing, because it also has a candle length that's twice the size that I'm looking for. Northrop Grumman, bad candle. This is not bad. HII, bad candle. Merck, bad candle. That's why these all came up. Normally I wouldn't see 7, but there was something messy with the charts today. So that's why I'm getting these big hammers. Nothing. Oh, sorry about wasting your time on that one. All right. We're going to send this on its way. I want to get some more work done, do a little bit more research. See you in the markets tomorrow. For those out there listening, you can stay tuned. I'm going to be here. I want to go over a couple more stocks, but I'll get the video on its way. And we'll catch you in the markets tomorrow morning. I'll be in 7:30. I'll try to get in a little early, or at least put out a note if I could get on the computer at my house early. That's maybe I'll do. I'll just get on the computer at my house early. Maybe I'll get up at 6, 5, 4, maybe 4. Who knows? Watch for the alerts. See you in the markets. DayTraderRadio.com.